Have you ever wondered if science and religion are destined to be enemies? Or could they, perhaps, be partners in our quest for understanding? This question has sparked some of the most intense debates in human history. Today, we're going to journey through time from ancient observatories to modern labs to uncover the surprising and complex relationship between these two great forces and explore what their shared past can teach us about their future. Let's rewind the clock. It's easy to picture a simple story, science as the hero of reason, battling the darkness of religious dogma. We often hear about Galileo forced by the church to recant his discovery that the earth revolves around the sun. This is the classic conflict thesis, the idea that science and religion are locked in an eternal war. And while that conflict has certainly happened, it's only one chapter in a much larger, more fascinating book. The truth is, for much of history, science and religion were deeply intertwined. Think about the Islamic Golden Age. Scholars in Baghdad, driven by their faith to understand the Creator's universe, made monumental advances in algebra, astronomy, and medicine. Cathedrals in medieval Europe weren't just places of worship. They were massive solar observatories, helping to calculate the date of Easter with incredible precision. Many of the pioneers we now call the fathers of modern science, like Isaac Newton, who saw his laws of motion as revealing God's divine mechanics, or Gregor Mendel, the friar whose pea plant experiments founded the science of genetics, were profoundly religious individuals. For them, studying the natural world was a form of worship, a way to admire the handiwork of a grand designer. So, where did the idea of a constant war come from? It became popular in the 19th century, a time of massive social and industrial change. Thinkers like John William Draper and Andrew Dickson White wrote influential books that framed history as this epic struggle between scientific progress and religious obstruction. This narrative was powerful, simple, and fit the spirit of the age. It suggested that as science advanced, religion would naturally fade away. But history, as we've seen, is rarely that simple. The conflict model is more of a caricature than an accurate portrait. A more nuanced view is what scholars call the complexity thesis. It suggests that the relationship isn't just one thing. It's a mix of conflict, yes, but also independence, dialogue, and even integration. Independence is the idea that science and religion operate in separate domains. Science asks how the universe works, the mechanics, the physical laws. Religion, on the other hand, asks why questions of meaning, purpose, and morality. As Stephen Jay Gould famously put it, they are non-overlapping magisteria. Science gets the realm of empirical facts, religion gets the realm of values. Then there's dialogue. This is where science and religion actively engage with each other. A physicist might ponder the philosophical implications of the Big Bang, wondering if it points to a moment of creation. A theologian might use evolutionary theory to develop a richer understanding of humanity's place in the natural world. This isn't about one trying to disprove the other, but about both contributing to a broader human conversation. Finally, we have integration, where scientific and religious ideas are woven together. This is where we see thinkers trying to build a unified worldview. For example, process theology sees God as evolving and changing along with the universe, a concept that resonates with our modern understanding of a dynamic, ever-changing cosmos. These different models conflict, independence, dialogue, and integration show us there's no single way these two forces interact. So, what does this all mean for the 21st century and beyond? The lessons from history are clear. The warfare model is outdated and unproductive. Forcing a choice between the lab and the cathedral is a false dilemma. The future, it seems, lies in conversation. Imagine a world where that dialogue is the norm. We're facing monumental challenges: climate change, ethical dilemmas in AI and genetic engineering, and the search for meaning in an increasingly complex world. These problems are too big for any one discipline to solve alone. Science can give us the data on climate change, but it can't, by itself, inspire the collective moral will to act. That's where religious and ethical traditions, with their long history of encouraging stewardship, compassion, and care for the vulnerable, can play a vital role. Science can develop gene editing technology like CRISPR, but it can't answer the profound question of what it means to be human and where we should draw the line. That requires a deep, societal conversation involving ethicists, philosophers, and religious thinkers. The future of science and religion isn't about one conquering the other. It's about recognizing their distinct strengths and fostering a respectful, productive dialogue. It's about scientists who appreciate the human need for meaning and purpose, and religious believers who embrace the wonders that scientific discovery reveals about the universe. The history of their relationship isn't a straight line of conflict, but a rich, complex dance. By understanding this dance, we can learn to move forward together using the tools of science and the wisdom of our spiritual traditions to build a better, more complete, and more humane future. The greatest discoveries, perhaps, lie not in choosing one over the other, but in embracing the power of both. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey today. If you found this exploration of science and religion as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the big questions. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.